Hello everybody. Today I'm gonna share my text used for my self-discipline, and I'm now here, Narashiki, adjacent to my hometown. I cycled to here for 1 hour or so, and today I'm gonna share my text. And but despite being a book lover, I have no educational background. I have no experiences of studying in abroad, and I had no opportunity to studying at college. And I'm a poor Japanese guy, and living with small budget. And I'm a person with schizophrenia and having serious condition. But I love self-discipline, and the self-discipline saved me from my foolish states. And doing self-education cultivate my mind. If you are American and if you have experiences of serving at military service, and if you are a soldier or kind of servant in military service, the institution guarantee to pay fee for your study at college. But in Japan, we have no such a guarantee. So we have to make money. We have to build a budget by ourselves. And I was serving at naval force and I was a sailor. I was a soldier, but as I said, in Japan we have no any guarantee which pay me fee to study in college. So, but I had succeeded to build out some budget to study at college. But I am a person with schizophrenia. Studying at college, even in Japan, is hard for me. It's might be impossible for me because of my condition. So I decided to study by myself, doing self-discipline. I have been studying English. I have been studying French, Korean. I have been studying theology. I have studied Japanese literature, Japanese culture, Japanese philosophy, Japanese tea ceremony, Japanese garden, and so on. Not perfectly, but those things help me from my negative condition. So today I'm going to share my textbook I used for my self-discipline, and some of them is available in English market. Some of them not yet translated in English or other language. So, but the self-discipline is hard, and I'm still poor man. So I'm not sure if my self-discipline help me or not. But self-discipline is very enjoyable. Bring you some confidence, and self-reliance is crucial to survive this toughness. I have various toughness, hardship, but thanks to self-discipline, I can survive now. So let's get started. So I'm coming home, and these are books that I use for my self-study. And the center one is books of Masuji Ibuse's completely works, and this series contains 30 books and 30 volumes, and each one contains 100 pages. So it is impossible to finish this series within a year. So I have not finished these books, but I complete half of them. And Masaru Ibuse is a famous author in Japan, and he is well known as the author of Black Rain and Salamander. Black Rain is about kind of the aftermath of bombed Hiroshima and during World War II, and he depicts the kind of hell in which people are dying because of various reasons. So, but despite its seriousness, Masuji Ibuse never forget human humor, human uniqueness, and he depicts the hell through humans' kind of uniqueness. It is great. So, and the next one is this one and this one, and this guy is Taonuma, and this one is selected works of Taonuma, and which contain 5 books perhaps, and this contain 11 or 10 books, and I complete this reading, and which is very which is a kind of rich experiences. It is good. And Taonuma and Tetsuo Miura is a student of Masuji Ibuse. The Masuji Ibuse teaches them how to write a novel and how to live as an author, and how to detach from excessive embellishment, and depicting kind of poverty in authentics is key to understand Japanese essence, and they express traditional Japanese aesthetics, and which is very beautiful. So the second one is English book that I use for my language learning. So the left one is Alice Munro's Dear Life, and this is a kind of information, and this indicates a score of difficulty in English, and this is a 800 score between, this is a score of English test, and 800, and this one is 700 score. This means this is easy one than this, but it's wrong maybe. So Alice Munro is a winner of Nobel Prize and a very famous author in Western country, and she is sometimes called contemporary Chekhov, and she was a Canadian Chekhov, and but her depiction, her observation is more ambiguous than Chekhov. Chekhov is a great author in 19th century in Russia. But Alice Munro omit detailed observation, omit detailed depiction in human conversation, and she just imply things as a with she beautiful simple phrases, and I like it. And but she is a very ambiguous one as well as a contemporary, and yeah, she was well known as a short fiction author. And the next one is this, and Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. Kazuo Ishiguro, Japanese title is 私を離さないで。私を離さないで。Literally mean Never Let Me Go. Yeah, the same. And but I just read this among his novel. I don't know other books of his, and I just read this. And through this reading, I realized he is an orthodox one, as very far from modernists, such as James Joyce, Kafka, and or Proust, or Virginia Woolf, or Faulkner, or Samuel Beckett. He is very far from those modernism. But he learned a lot from more classic one, like Jane Austen or Henry James. But Henry James is necessarily not necessarily orthodox one, but related to modernist. He is under influence of modernists at the time, and Kazuo Ishiguro also learned a lot from him, which is very crucial. And he also prefer observing beautiful countryside scenery, and he also depict those scenes in detail. But he also omit detailed information in his observation. And that is a crucial point to understand contemporary literature. But I prefer more detailed information in observing natural phenomena, and such as Soseki Natsume. He is a Japanese classic author. He depict again Japanese countryside. I love it. And Kazuo Ishiguro also tended to prefer those things, but he knows the way of omitting the word. So the next one is this. This is not literature. This is a theological book written by Robert Barron. The title is Exploring Catholic Theology. Robert Barron is a very famous figure as a founder of the Word on Fire. Word on Fire is an institution for evangelizing secular society using some medias, YouTube, podcast, and the Word on Fire is also school where we can learn Catholic dogmatics, maybe. And but Robert Barron is a fine theologian. He wrote a lot of critics, interpretation of Catholic theology, such as Thomas Aquinas, Augustine, or John Henry Newman, and those great theologians influence his mind. He is a disciple of Thomas Aquinas, and Thomas Aquinas is a great theologian in medieval Italy. And but this book is not for beginners. This book is very difficult, regardless of my limitation in English. But this is very difficult because of its contents, its context. If you are not familiar with Catholic theology or Catholic tradition, this book can be difficult for you. But if you have a little bit something of Catholic background, these books can be helpful to cultivate your mind. But Robert Barron tried to describe just his research, and he tried to conclude his research, his study, but he didn't try to encompass whole Catholic tradition. So this is a kind of this treats kind of a particular norm of Catholic theology. So this is not for beginners, and this is not necessarily introduction of Catholic theology, but this is a good book for those who interested in particular norm in Catholic. And Robert Barron is very great theologian. So the last one is that I use for my language learning, and the right one is Korean, and this is a bilingual book, and the left one is Korean. The right side is Japanese, and this is a bilingual book. The book is Alice in Wonderland, English book, but this is a translated version, Japanese and Korean. I highly recommend use this kind of bilingual books. These books treat hot topic, news, and such as political issues or economic issues, or this is literature, and they also treat literature, fictions, and we have all those topics on these kind of books. But I don't recommend using vocabulary books, because using vocabulary books is useful, so memorize words, but it's boring, and those books are out of context. We just looking at the isolated words on vocabulary books, but it's not necessarily useful for language learner. But bilingual books, through these books we can memorize words as experiences of reading, and we also learn context, and we memorize those words through learning context, which is very crucial for memorizing things. Lacking of context, we just looking at things, not memorize this. So I highly recommend bilingual books. So the next one is, but my Korean is very low. I can't read, I can't do anything in Korean, but I'm just begin learning this language. Korean is very beautiful. So this is a French book, and this is a Didn't la Bible, the Bible. This French sounds like old-fashioned or obsolete compared to nowadays French, maybe. But using Bible for language learning is very effective, reasonable, because Bible uses same important phrases, same important expression, same Bible repeat those phrases again and again, so we can memorize those phrases unintentionally and conveniently. And using Bible is very useful. Memorize words, and using this, we can increase vocabulary. But this French is a little bit obsolete. But anyway, I love it. But we can enjoy from contemporary works. This is Haruki Murakami's Norwegian words. I forget the pronunciation. Norwegian words. Haruki Murakami's most popular books and best-selling books, and this is a French version. The title is La Ballade de l'Impossible, because this is literally mean the impossible impossible ballad. The ballad is impossible, maybe. The ballad is impossible, a kind of that. But and the translator changed the title, and this French, and this title signify all the theme of this book. Ballad is impossible in this book because protagonist can't capture his can't keep his most adorable, most lovable girl, and he lost everything in this book. Protagonist lost the most important things. The title signifies this theme, but translator changed the title from Norwegian words. But this French is not so difficult. I can read this without a dictionary, and I can understand the sentence. And this is a basic, this is a basic French, and not irregular. So I highly recommend use this book. Haruki Murakami's books in French is very useful for French learners, because all Murakami's books in any languages are very simple, very readable for all people, because this is the original text of Haruki Murakami's novel J-Wing Birds, and the original text in Japanese is very, very simple. Very, very simple. Haruki Murakami's writing style is very simple, very readable, but very unique. It is a very crucial point. So it is not difficult to write complex things in difficult style, but it is difficult to write complex things in simple styles. And Haruki Murakami have done this, and like Hemingway or Fitzgerald had done. So Haruki Murakami's writing style is very simple, and his translated version is also simple. But I also highly recommend use more classic authors' books, such as standard, such as Victor Hugo or Alexandre Dumas. Those classic authors are very useful for French learner, because those classic books consist of very simple and very basic French language, which is very useful for all beginners. But some contemporary works are not appropriate for beginners, because nowadays novels consist of more conceptual, more abstract things, and wording is kind of or more particular way, and which is not so appropriate for beginners. But Haruki Murakami's works is exceptional. This is very useful for language learners. And his French version, his English version. I had English version, but I can't find it in my house, and but somewhere. So this French is very simple. This is very basic beginner's French. So if you become friend with dictionary, this book maybe become your friends. So I shared my materials for my self-discipline, and someday I wanna share my one day on my self-discipline. I always study for 10 or 12 hours a day, but it's including watching videos, like hearing podcast for my language learning, and it's also including shooting a video and writing books in English. I'm aiming to publish a book on KDP in English, and it's kind of a little bit ambitious for me, but trying these things is very enjoyable for me. Anyway, if you're in interested in self-discipline, I recommend to begin with small things, tiny things, and begin with what you can do easily, and those things improve your mind. Those things help cultivate your mind and change your mind to think things from different view. And if you succeed in produce new perspective, and those new perspective change your personality, and you can see yourself as a different person. It's a benefit of self-discipline. I recommend this. Thank you for watching.